Hi, I'm Mack Walters. I'm the creative director for the Mass Effect franchise.
Mac, what have you learned from the past Mass Effect trilogy you're applying to Andromeda?
I think really what we've learned is that, we are very critical at BioWare of our own, failures and successes and everything like that. And there's always something that comes away from every game we do that we want to do better. So you look at Mass Effect 1, we tried to do open world with the Uncharted worlds that we had there. We had the vehicular gameplay, and there's aspects of that we knew we always wanted to improve. You look at Mass Effect 3, I think, people talk about the ending. I know you're going to ask me anyway. There's things that we learned from that. And so we want to take all of those elements and we want to actually improve upon them and find a way to bring them together and really fulfill the promise of what the original trilogy was supposed to be, which was this, epic saga of, a sci-fi, a space opera. We've got all this amazing technology at our disposal now, with Frostbite. You got to see some of the characters, the way they look in the game now. Taking all of that into the next generation and just bringing it forward.
So, what can you tell us about the story? Is this pre-Reaper invasion, post-Reaper invasion?
I'm not going to get into the details, but I think it's safe to say that any sort of adventure to Andromeda is going to take hundreds of years. So we know that the story is going to take place after the events of Mass Effect 3. And other than that, I think one of the key things that we've been talking about is the original story was one of a Commander Shepard, and he or she was very much a hero at the start of the game, and then they became a legend. One of the things we wanted to do in Andromeda was tell a story of becoming a hero. Whether that was the story of the protagonist or the people around the protagonist, and that sort of coming together of everything here is new, everything here is fresh, but what do you do when you're in that situation and you're hundreds of years removed from everything that's familiar, and what does that do to you in as part of your journey of becoming a hero?
Can you talk about, scale-wise, how big the map is compared to the past Mass Effect games?
I think a lot of the sort of linear cinematic elements, the missions you want to call them, those are going to feel very familiar. But we've tied them to a much larger universe. Not going to get into the details just yet. We'll talk more about that, in the fall. But this is a big game. It is a very big game, and I think the real challenge for us is sort of blending those two elements, that exploration side of things, that more open world, free-form exploration, with those linear elements, but making them all feel cohesive and part of one gameplay world.
Any characters make maybe cameo appearances in the new Mass Effect? Garrus, Miranda?
We'll have definitely references to any past events, past characters, but really the goal was to say this is a whole new journey, it's a whole new adventure, new characters, new story. Everything is fresh in that regards. But we'll have elements in there where fans will be able to pick out things and go, oh, okay. Little elements to hint at things and to sort of call them Easter eggs if you want, to sort of give fans that sort of boost from the trilogy.
And last question is, as a creative director, what do you feel by making a story completely new and fresh? What does it open up for you creatively?
It's opened up everything for us. I mean, the Mass Effect universe is massive, pardon the pun, and there's so many stories that we can tell. But I think by moving it to the Andromeda Galaxy, it actually unfettered us quite a bit to be able to tell completely new stories. And if you think about just the nature of that story of it's something that's very sort of innate in all of us right now. This idea of let's go to a new place, let's go to Mars. People are talking about that right now, and what that would mean. And you can imagine that every person that would go to Andromeda would have their own reasons for wanting to go. Are they going for adventure? Are they going for curiosity? Are they going because they're running from something? Or they just want a fresh start themselves? And I think that's one of the really great things about the overall story of Andromeda, is that all these characters could have their own unique story.